everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna Morfides. I am a certified life coach and a wellness counselor, and I help people reach their fullest potential within themselves and within their relationships to live a more easy and fulfilling life in all aspects. So today's video is going to be on the topic of why do people run from relationships. So I'm really excited to do this video because I really have a full grasp and understanding these days about what a relationship really is. So I know that when I was growing up, I was told or even expected to get married, have children. Therefore, essentially, I was expected to be in a relationship, but I was never told how to be in a relationship effectively, what it meant to be in a relationship. Being in a relationship does not mean you forget who you are or your values or your needs. You don't become a doormat for that person. And then there was the saying of women can either hold or destroy their home. That's a really big responsibility on one single person to hold a relationship. A relationship is 50-50. A relationship is a mirror. It's a mirror to each other. So basically, a masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter. Like if you're in a romantic relationship, your person most likely, if not 100% likely, will arise from within you the things that you have signed up for to heal in this life. I don't care if I did it Bob, Joe, Henry, Jim, every single one of those masculines that were coming into my life would always reflect back to me my core beliefs about myself, no matter what. Until, of course, I started to heal them. So they would always make me feel that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worth it, that I wasn't, I was bound to be abandoned. I always felt like once they got to know me, they would leave. And then essentially that reality would always be created for myself because that's what I believe to be true. I believe that once somebody got to know me, they would think that I am too much. I am too needy. I am too overwhelming. I communicate too much. This is how I viewed myself, but it wasn't my fault that I viewed myself in this way. This is how I grew up. As a child, I did not receive any sort of physical love from my mom. So my dad was not really around. So I had abandonment issues right there to begin with. And then I also felt abandoned my mother emotionally, mentally, and physically because there was never any, I don't remember my mother really ever giving me a hug or saying I love you and doing all these things that now we know is essential to a child from the ages of 0 to about 11 or 12, just before that adolescent, to create a really secure attachment style within themselves and a secure self-esteem, a secure sense of self, to have good confidence, to have all these beautiful things that we would hope that a child would have. It's not her fault. She just grew up without a mother, so she didn't even know, she never received love herself, so how would she know how to even know how to give it properly? She went through a lot of her life in her life as well, so I don't blame her for anything. But this is why people run from relationships, because it's a lot easier for me to not face my core beliefs and my wounds every time I'm with a masculine, because that is taxing. It's a lot of work. And then I end up right where I left off with the last one. So then why would I want to do that again? Why would I want to put myself in a situation where I'm going to start to feel anxious, where I'm going to start to feel not good enough, where I'm going to start to feel that I'm bound to be rejected, I'm bound to be alone, I am too much. As soon as they get to know me, they're going to want to leave me. I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. All this stuff comes back, boom, right here for me to look at. So instead of looking at it and healing it, it's a lot easier for me to shut the door and walk away. But guess what happens? If I do that, then, and I don't heal myself, I don't look at those wounds and start to do the affirmations that I am good enough, to start to rewire my program from within, that I am whole and complete just as I am, that I am worth it, that I am worth to be shown up for. If I don't do these and change my self-concept, my internal vibration, the assumptions that I have about myself, so I can use the law of assumption to my advantage, I cannot change the relationship that I'm going to be in. I'm always going to be in the same spot where that's continually being shown to me. So even though I want to be I want to be felt safe in a relationship, I want to feel that someone has my back, is showing up for me, is no matter how much I express or want to connect, that it's not too much. It's not, if I don't believe this about myself, there is no way that anyone else can show that back to me. So guys, this is like the most important thing that I've learned. You have to believe these things about yourself in order for it to be shown to you by others. But this is where it gets tricky because it requires work. So I've done like a few meditations to heal my self-worth and that I am, and affirm to myself that I am good enough, but I'm realizing that I have not done it enough. I have not done it enough because it keeps showing up for me, and it only makes sense to me that I need to do this work consistently for at least minimum 21 days up to 60 in order to rewire my system that has been running on these old core beliefs all this time. But that, again, it takes effort. It's work. It's fun work and it's rewarding, but also it's a lot easier to just withdraw back into my shell and not want to have to look at these things. So this doesn't just happen to me. This happens to a lot of people, and a lot of people that I've worked with as well. It's a lot easier for them to walk away from their person. And sometimes people are not conscious enough to say to them, I'm so sorry, all my wounds are coming up. My core beliefs are right here in front of me. This is really painful. I don't want to look at it. I want to step aside, or can you be with me? Can you be patient with me while I try to go through this? There's so many different ways that you can voice what you're feeling, but a lot of the times we just get ghosted, or people just ghost or leave or run and don't really give an explanation. And that's really challenging as well. Probably the worst thing that can happen to the person that is experiencing that, because it's almost like they're, what do you call it? It's like, yeah, it's like someone's ghosting you. It's almost like you're like not enough, but it has nothing to really do with you at the end of the day. So say, if I take myself, for example, and I was with a masculine right now, and I was going through those same emotions again of feeling not worthy, not good enough, start to get anxiety that they're going to get to know me and they're going to run away, so that I have to do my meditations again and my affirmations. I feel like I would want to not do that. I feel like I would want to just end it and just be like, okay, great, it was really nice to meet you, but I'm not up for this right now. And what I mean to say is, I am not up for looking at my wounds, looking at my core beliefs, looking up at what's coming up for me. I don't want to go through these emotions and these experiences. So, but if I don't explain that to that person will internalize that as I don't like them, but that's not the truth. I actually do like and want to get to know that person, but it's my own stuff that will prevent me from getting to know that person. So this is something that happens to a lot of us. So don't internalize it. If someone is walking away from you, don't internalize it that it is your fault. See it for what it actually is. This person, obviously things are coming up for them that maybe they're not ready to look at. Maybe they're not ready to deal with. Because remember, if you were not meant to learn from each other, you would have never have attracted each other in the first place. It's not just one-sided. So I don't want you to feel that you're the one that's the needy one, you're the this one, you're the that one. If they didn't need you to show up in this way in order for them to figure out what it is within them that keeps attracting the same experience, like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it wouldn't happen. You're coming in for a reason, so don't feel bad. You're there also for a purpose. It's not all on you. It's 50-50. Every relationship is 50-50. It's 50% one person's energy, 50% another person's energy. And the more conscious we are, conscious meaning understanding your triggers. Why am I feeling upset? Why am I starting to feel not good enough? Why do I want to control this person? Why do I want to yell at them? Why am I feeling anxious that I haven't heard from them in a couple of days? What is it within me that's causing me to feel this way? But then that person also has to take responsibility for their actions, because why are they making their person show up in this way? Why is my person feeling anxious? Am I not giving enough security? Like, what am I doing? It's 50-50. So if someone is running from a relationship, please do not take it personally. It's 50% their stuff as well. And believe me, at the end of the day, they're doing a favor, because if someone's not going to be with you to heal yourselves with each other, to look at the triggers, to fully come into your masculine and into your feminine energy respectively, or if you're both masculines or both feminines, it doesn't matter. If they're not willing to help you get there and they don't want to look at that, then please let them go and make room for somebody else that will, because somebody else will come in as long as you create that space for it. So if someone wants to leave a relationship with you, let them go gracefully. I know it's going to hurt. You're going to go through the stages of grief, but it's okay. It's okay, because you're going to hold on to the good memories. You're going to always give gratitude for all the good experiences. And you're not going to go down that line of, why is this happening for me? Why is this happening to me? You're just always going to have the question, why is this happening for me? Why is this happening for me? Is it because of my core wounds? Is it because I need to tweak a little bit something else from within me? Is it because this person is not conscious enough, or they might even be conscious, but there's other things that are preventing them? We don't know, but we cannot take it on. Do not take it on personally, even though I wanted to. All the times that somebody had gotten to know me and then they decided to just run away from me, how can I not take that personally? How can that not scream to me, hey, they got to know you, so now that they know you, they want to leave you? How can I not interpret that in that way? But that's not the reality, right? Because we don't know what's coming up for them and why I'm showing up for them like this, and vice versa. We're all learning from each other at the end of the day. So we are needed in every single situation that we have. And they also attracted us in for a reason. Don't you ever forget that, and hold yourself guilt and shame of how you behaved, because they also called you in. They called you in. Do not forget it. So if they're choosing to not follow that calling and then want to walk away from it, well, then so be it. So be it. And I think on that note, I'm going to end this video. I hope it made a lot of sense. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, please do put them in the box below. I am so grateful again for all the beautiful questions that I get in my inbox. And there's another one that I want to get to that I'm really excited about. And this is about feeling out of control in relationships. That's going to be my next video. Stay tuned for it. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Hit that like button if you liked any part of this context. And please, I'm always so willing to be here for any of you, and I appreciate every support that you give me, and I just want to give it right back to all of you. And enjoy the rest of your day. So happy that summer is finally here. Yay! And I'll see you next time.